The biggest kiss of all is the beginning of episode 3, and we are shown to Luvalia's father, who is crying and sad because Luvalia is now away from him, and he is getting angry at Peter, but then comes a messenger and he gives him a letter, and after reading that letter, he starts laughing and says, "Peter, what will happen to you now, Kalia?" After that we are shown to Luvalia's father, Peter, talking to him, where he tells Peter everything about how he got a marriage proposal for him. And he is also very angry with King after hearing this. Peter starts denying that he will not do anything like this because his engagement is already happening in Luvalia, but after Luvalia, he starts saying that they cannot even refuse him because he is a very big investor for us, and in any case, Peter will have to fulfill his formalities, nothing more, as he afraid that he will get emotionally attached to her. And after hearing this, Peter gets a little scared, but he says something, and then Luvalia comes there, and he starts saying that I understand, Father, that what are you trying to do, but your efforts will not work at all. Because Peter and I have promised each other that we do not like anyone else except for each other. Peter also tries to oppose this, but the king starts saying, that are you thinking that if you will stay with him then you will do something wrong? And after hearing this, Peter gets scared, but King's assistant starts telling that they cannot refuse this marriage proposal. Because the person who has this marriage proposal, he is a very big investor. And his influence is also very good in this way, they cannot even refuse him. And after hearing this, Luvalia starts saying, whatever you have to do, you can do it, I trust Peter very much. And after hearing this, Peter gets very scared, and he starts remembering all those girls. And after that, it is shown that Peter is having dinner with them, where he is saying that if everything is good then you will be the one to inherit me. And you will be the next leader, but Peter is not happy about the other side. And he is thinking that he will have to leave this place after doing anything. And here he knows what the plan of the last two guys is. Peter then sees the guard of the king, who is a female, and after seeing her face, Peter starts thinking, whether anything happens, I can't run after him at all because he is already so immature. And thinking about all these things, he is very happy. But then the king takes his daughter's name, which is Piglet, and then Piglet enters there. As soon as Piglet comes, Peter looks at her and gets shocked. He starts asking thousands of questions, and he starts thinking that on one side this is Suvar, and on the other side this girl, how can this happen? And then the leader of the king starts going there, and tells him that he should enjoy and spend time with him, and then we are shown that they are both roaming in the city. Peter then thinks that this girl will start fighting with him. Maybe this will happen, but this is not the case. That girl starts shouting very loudly, and after seeing this, Peter gets very scared. But the girl starts telling him that this is the first time he has talked to a boy so much. But Peter thinks that we haven't even spoken a word. And the girl's condition starts getting worse. On the other hand, we see Luvila's father, who was keeping an eye on him. And then his assistant comes there and tells him that I have brought the three. And do you think all this is going well? And after listening to this, Luvila's father says yes. And then we are shown how the Piglet is telling Peter that she was just a maid. But suddenly she got a marriage proposal and she couldn't even refuse it. And he asks Peter that this doesn't mean you are interested in all this. But Piglet tells him that she is doing all this on the basis of a master. But still she is interested in Peter. Ever since she saw Peter's competition in the championship. But then she starts crying and starts telling him that she is quite incompetent and ugly. And she doesn't deserve Peter. And after that, she runs away from there while Peter is busy. So after a while, the Piglet gets tired of some guys. And here they start teasing the three guys. But then Peter comes there and tells them to run away. But the guys attack him and Peter hits them. Then he starts running away with Piglet. And he tells him that she is quite cute and not ugly at all. And he also tells him that after listening to this, Piglet gets quite shy. And after that they reach a street where the Piglet asks him if he can enjoy with them. And after listening to this, Peter also tells him yes. And after that they enjoy the whole day. And then they are in dinner table where Peter keeps his full point. Both of them are not interested in each other at all. And they are just pulling things. And it won't make any difference. And he gets ready to leave immediately. But he doesn't believe in the truth and starts talking. Maybe you two didn't recognize each other properly. And that's how it is. You two should spend a night together. And he tells them to stay in the same room tonight. And then we see that Peter is in another room, where the father of Luvalia tells him that he has to do all this for the formality. And he can't even refuse it. And he leaves there saying that. But then there is the entry of the piglet. And on the other side, Peter becomes crazy after seeing it. On the other side, Luvalia's father asks the assistant that the work has been done. And here the assistant tells him that everything is done. And we know that the piglet had mixed something in his drink. Which you understand what it is. After hearing this, Luvalia's father gets very happy. And he starts talking. As Peter's relationship becomes physical, he is going to cut Peter's head in a very good way. And the assistant on the other side, he also starts apologizing to Peter. That he has to forgive me. But our guild needs money. And someone has to sacrifice someone. On the other side, it is shown that the piglet tries to approach Peter. But Peter starts saying that you were against all these things. But the piglet tells him that it is not like that. He likes Peter. But Peter starts telling him that he has to forgive. But I like someone else. And after hearing this, the piglet gets very sad. And she starts crying. She knew that she is very ugly. And nothing can happen to him. But Peter starts saying that he is not like that. You are not ugly. You are very good. And after hearing this, the piglet kisses him. And Peter's mind was broken. But as he does this, he gets control over himself. And then starts taking deep breaths. But as he sees the piglet in front of him, his mind gets out of control. Then the morning scene is shown, where things were completely destroyed. And Peter was crying. And he was regretting that what to do with him now. And he was very scared that the leader will kill him. But then Piglet starts saying that he will have to tell her this happy news. And after hearing this, Piglet gets upset. And he starts saying that you can't do this. And after hearing this, Piglet gets scared and emotional. And the better part here is that he starts explaining how they are exploiting her because of political reasons. And does she want them to go to the future and exploit her? And if she gives up from now on, then it will happen in the future too. And after hearing this, Piglet doesn't understand what she should do. And she says that she will have to think about it. And then we are shown that they all sit together. And when they ask about the guilt-related reasons, then finally tell them whether something happened between you or not. And the Peter here was very upset in his mind. He didn't know what to do with him. But Piglet refused to do anything between them. And after hearing this, everyone is shocked. And the father of the sheep also starts thinking that how did this man resist all these things? And the Peter on the other side is very thankful in his mind. And then comes the plot twist. Piglet starts talking. Although there was nothing physical between us. But I have started liking Peter. To reduce the distance between us, I want to take permission from you that I can stay on the side of Peter. And that's why I want my transfer to be in this guild. And I can stay close to Peter. And Peter, after hearing this, his life will be ruined. But on the other hand, the guild leaders were very happy. Then we are shown that Peter and Piglet are on the one side. Where Piglet is telling Peter that why she did this. Where she tells that after staying with Peter, his children will grow up and train them. And then what did the twins do with him? Will they change with his help? And after hearing this, Peter gets very scared. And the socialization is very dangerous. But then the Piglet gets very close to Peter. And she starts telling that she likes him very much. And on the other side, Peter gets very awkward. And he doesn't have anything to say. This episode ends. So that's all for today's video. Till then, goodbye.